You think you can steal from me? Steal? I'm just shopping. I didn't steal anything.
A black man walked into Harborview Fresh Mart on a bright Saturday afternoon, just hoping to pick up a few groceries. But before he could reach the checkout, the store manager singled him out, followed him through the aisles, and eventually confronted him in front of everyone, recording him, accusing him, and trying to force him out of the store. What the manager didn't know was that this humiliation he tried to stage would end with his own downfall, right there in front of the same crowd he tried to impress. Before we continue, welcome to Voices Unchained. Hit that like button, subscribe, and tell us where you're watching from. We love seeing how far these stories travel. Darius Coleman had walked into Harborview Fresh Mart with no expectations beyond grabbing a few things for the weekend. At 33, he had the calm presence of someone who understood pressure better than most. Years of working in logistics and business strategy had shaped him into a man who didn't need to raise his voice to be heard. He dressed cleanly, spoke gently, and moved with an easy confidence that never demanded attention. But attention found him anyway, and not the kind anyone wanted. Franklin Ward, the longtime store manager, stood behind the service counter organizing a stack of receipts when he noticed Darius browsing. To most people, Darius looked like any other shopper, but to Franklin, suspicion took hold with lightning speed. Franklin had a bad habit of assuming the worst, especially toward customers who didn't fit his narrow idea of who belonged in his store. And today, that instinct escalated into something openly hostile. The moment Darius paused at the coffee section, Franklin's eyes locked onto him with the precision of a predator. His expression hardened, and within seconds he was storming across the floor with quick, angry steps. Franklin pulled out his phone and began recording Darius. He held the camera low at first, pretending to check something, but as he came closer, he raised it deliberately, pointing it directly at Darius as if he had caught him in the act of a crime.
Hey! You stop right there!
Franklin shouted, far louder than necessary, loud enough to silence half the aisle. Every head turned. A woman froze mid-reach for a box of cereal. A couple near the milk section paused, whispering to each other. A man in produce angled his phone, already recording the confrontation from afar. Darius turned slowly, steady and calm. "Is there a problem?" Franklin didn't answer. He moved in quickly, filming Darius's face, the cart, his pockets, everything. "Oh, there's a problem," Franklin said loudly, making sure the camera heard every word. "I watched you slip something into your coat. Don't try to lie. It's all on video." He marched directly to the cart and yanked it backward, causing it to jolt violently and nearly forcing Darius to lose his grip. "I saw you," Franklin repeated, his phone still aimed at Darius. "Empty your pockets, right now." Darius kept his voice level. "There's nothing in my coat except my phone and my keys." Franklin moved closer, almost pressing the camera into Darius's face. "Oh, I'm sure," he said mockingly. "You think I haven't dealt with your type? People like you come in here every week trying to steal something." A loud gasp echoed from a nearby aisle. "Did he just say people like you?" one shopper whispered. "This is racist," another muttered under their breath. Darius's jaw tightened, but his composure didn't crack. "People like me?" he said quietly. "If you believe I took something, then check your cameras. Don't make assumptions." But Franklin was already past the point of reasoning. Still recording, he stepped even closer and used his free hand to grab Darius's coat, trying to pull it open on camera. Gasps exploded through the store. A woman shouted, "Hey, you can't do that!" A man yelled, "Get your hands off him!" Darius pushed Franklin's hand away firmly. "Don't touch me," he said. "If you have a concern, handle it properly." But Franklin wasn't done. "Oh, I'm handling it," he snapped, zooming the camera in. "I'm not letting you get away with anything." Then he raised his arm and shouted, "Security! I need security to aisle 4 right now! Hurry!" The shout ricocheted across the store like an alarm. 2 security guards, older men who had dealt with Franklin's temper many times, hurried over, uneasy and uncertain. Franklin pointed at Darius with his phone still recording. "Remove him! Get him out of my store until we review the footage." One guard stepped forward cautiously. "Sir, maybe we should slow down." "Do your job!" Franklin screamed. "He's not leaving with whatever he stuffed in that coat." Darius raised a hand gently in the guard's direction. "I'm not resisting," he said calmly, "but I'm also not being dragged out because he made something up." By now, nearly the entire aisle was filled with people watching. Some angry, some confused, some recording, everyone feeling the weight of what was happening. If this kind of injustice frustrates you as much as it does us, share this video so others can see what really happens in moments like this. And drop a comment below. Would you have stepped in if you witnessed this? Franklin shoved past the guards and got right back in Darius's face. Empty your pockets, he snarled, or these men will do it for you. And this is all going online. Darius studied him quietly, the disappointment visible in his eyes. I'm not emptying anything, he said, but I will show you something. Franklin smirked. Oh, great. What now? A fake receipt? But Darius simply reached into his coat, slowly, deliberately. The guards tensed. A few shoppers gasped again. Franklin zoomed his camera in, trying to capture the evidence. Instead of something stolen, Darius pulled out a neatly folded envelope, thick with documents. He placed it calmly on the counter beside them. I'm not just a shopper, he said, loud enough for the aisle to hear. I'm the new owner of Harborview Fresh Mart. The reaction was immediate. The guards froze. The teenagers in the corner shouted, "No way!" Someone dropped a can that rolled across the tiles. Even customers from other aisles walked over to see what was happening. Franklin stared, his phone trembling in his hand. What? You're lying. That can't be. No, no way. But Darius unfolded the documents. Every signature glistened under the overhead lights. The official acquisition seal left no room for doubt. A woman whispered, "Oh my God, he really owns the place." Darius looked at Franklin, not with anger, but clarity. I've been finalizing this purchase for weeks, he said. Today, I came to quietly observe how customers were treated. You made my decision very easy. Franklin lowered his phone slowly, panic rising in his face. Mr. Coleman, Darius, please, let's talk in private. No, Darius said firmly. We're handling this in front of everyone because that's how you handled me. Shoppers nodded. Some clapped. One man said, he deserves it. Darius inhaled deeply. Franklin Ward, he said, you're fired. Effective immediately, go pack your shit up. The words hit the room like a hammer. The assistant manager walked forward, relieved, and removed Franklin's keys and badge with no hesitation. Franklin's face went pale. He stood frozen, humiliated, exposed, stripped of the authority he had abused. Security, who just moments earlier had been told to remove Darius, now escorted Franklin toward the exit. He avoided every pair of eyes as he walked. Darius turned to the remaining staff and customers. This store, he said, will be a place where every customer is treated with dignity. No profiling, no assumptions, no harassment. Applause filled the aisle. Some people cheered. Others nodded in appreciation. Darius picked up his cart again, the same calm expression on his face. Yet now the entire store saw him differently. Not just as the man who had been targeted, but as the man who turned injustice into accountability. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment where you're watching from. And stay tuned because the next story is one you won't want to miss.